Ladies and gentlemen, representing China, Sunyingsha.
Sunyingsha making her way out to the table, ready to contest what should be an absolutely enthralling semi-final.
Representing Japan, Mima Ito.
Mima Ito, her opponent, and this is going to be an enthralling women's singles semi-final. The action set to begin. Sunyingsha and Mima Ito meeting in the women's singles semi-final.
So this is how this pair line up. Mima Ito hasn't won a match against Sunyingsha in their last 9 encounters. You'd have to go back to 2019 to find the last time that the Japanese star was victorious against the world #1. Such is Sunyingsha's dominance at the top of the world standings. That is Roman Klecker, a familiar face. Congratulations to him on his selection for these illustrious world championships. He'll be overseeing this women's singles semi-final.
Red or blue? Blue. Red for you. Red.
Receive.
Receive. You will serve. Which side?
Defending champion Sunyingsha, the crowd favourite, a nation's favourite, looking to go back-to-back here. She is the defending champion, world #1, utterly imperious at the top of the standings. She's held the world #1 ranking for 449 weeks consecutively. Nobody can topple this woman. She didn't drop a single game until the round of 16, came up against a very determined Shin Yubin. Had a slow start there. Gave her fans a bit of a cause for concern, but nevertheless wrapped up that one up 4-2. Shin Yubin, though, had the chance to make it 3-all, so perhaps there might be some cracks in the armour of the world #1. And if there are, Mima Ito, the world #9, will be looking to exploit them. She's lost her last 9 matches with Sun. It was the ITTF World Tour, the Swedish Open. That's where she last took a match, last took victory against the world #1, and that's her route through to the semi-final. A wonderful quarter-final win over Wang Yidi, 4-1. She was so emotional after that win. We can have a look now at how that match was won. Absolutely wonderful scenes through to the semi-finals for the first time at a World Championships. She was incredibly emotional in her interviews post-match, saying that she had realised a lifelong dream, and she said that now she's guaranteed a medal, there will be no stopping her. She's not going to be satisfied with just a bronze. And she's spring a surprise on Sunyingsha. The fans think not. The fan vote firmly in favour of the world #1. Sitting alongside me for this one, former international table tennis player Maria Sapsinos. And Maria, the players just waiting perhaps for the crowd noise to settle down before they get going here. It's always incredibly noisy when Sunyingsha is at the table.
One love.
Mima Ito on the offensive there, takes the first point. She'll definitely be looking to start aggressively.
Love 2.
There we can see from Ito her signature serve, that lethal shovel serve that she has. Steps across and plays it from the forehand side. It's worth noting here that Mima Ito does play with short pimples on the backhand. Different to Sunyingsha, who has that smooth reverse rubber there. She'll be looking to use it well.
Well, Mima Ito has a really unfortunate record against Chinese players, but said she'll come into this one with a new game plan that she's concocted with her mum. She said it'll be something we've never seen before. I mean, it sounds like she's going for the shock and awe tactics, but can we speculate as to what they might be?
And in these first couple of opening points, we've seen them Sunyingsha just digging out wide to Mima Ito's backhand, and she's responding with that same push and just letting Sunyingsha get a little bit more offensive and play to her. Sunyingsha just playing into the elbow of Mima Ito. A little bit of luck there for Mima Ito over the top of the net. As you can see there, pushes deep out into Sunyingsha's backhand, waiting for her to attack, looking to pounce on that ball. Very cleverly played.
Sunyingsha is looking for her 25th career title and her 4th this year. And certainly the way she's been playing all week, you wouldn't put that past her. The expectation is that she will go back-to-back here. She'll defend her title. But how will Mima Ito establish herself in this one to stop the world #1 running away with it?
4-5.
Lovely long serve there by Mima Ito. And that action that she uses makes it difficult to she's good at disguising what sort of spin she's using. Just long into the backhand of Sunyingsha. And again, you can see that she's really mixing up her serves. That one just going short to the forehand. Very, very versatile with that serve. Keeping Sunyingsha on her toes at all times.
Well, this is great stuff for Mima Ito. Certainly not a position that we might have expected to see Sunyingsha in. Of course, it's early days, it's game #1, but there is hope for the Japanese player.
Definitely, I think Ito has absolutely nothing to lose in this game, and she's going to come out fighting. Sunyingsha there, just playing that backhand to backhand. She's so aggressive over the top of the table. Generates a lot of power with her strokes. She won't be afraid to get into those sort of open rallies with Mima.
Well, she's such a complete player, isn't she, Sunyingsha? There are no weaknesses, certainly not in terms of her play, in terms of her mental strength. She works with a psychologist. She's just utterly impenetrable.
And on that point, Sunyingsha is just, as you said, just such a consistent player. Her level never drops. So it will really take a lot for Mima Ito to get through and start winning more points. But Sunyingsha there with a brilliant open up. Great reflexes there from Sunyingsha off that net call. You see there, she was waiting for the backhand. She read it so well and just uses her whole body to take that ball out wide to forehand.
This is great work for Mima Ito to keep herself in touch, to keep within a single point. It's so important to make a good start, to try and establish yourself in the opening game, to really set the tone. Just magnificent pressure from Sunyingsha, just so solid and consistent.
What we've been seeing here is Mima Ito going with that tactic of pushing out long to Sunyingsha's backhand, letting her open up, and she's looking to come over the top of the ball with her short pin pulls. Really hit flat through that ball.
So into the net hands 3 game points to Sunyingsha. It's hard to sort of sum up her dominance in this sport, isn't she? Because she's one of those players who transcends the sport. She's a household name. She's China's most recognizable sports person. And I guess if you think about other players in other sports, she'd be like a Tiger Woods of table tennis, someone like that.
11-7.
11 points to 7. Sunyingsha takes the opener. Mima Ito kept in touch up until about the midway point and showed, you know, some promise, but certainly Sunyingsha is just so dominant from the off, and that's not necessarily what we've seen from her this week. She lost her opening game against Shen Yubin, had a couple of tricky matches coming up to this one, but Sunyingsha is off to a flyer, taking the opening game. Here we go then, game number 2, the crowd in fine voice, all chanting the name of Sunyingsha. They've raised the roof inside this Lusail arena all week. They've come equipped with their flags, their long lenses, their cameras. This match is a repeat of the 2024 Asian Championships final, and that one went the way of Sunyingsha in straight games. Can she emulate that achievement here? Certainly off to a flying start.
Let love all. Love 1.
There you can see Mima Ito still pushing along to Sunyingsha's backhand. She just tried to open up with her forehand. I wonder if that's a slight change in tactic there. Just taking a little bit of pace off the ball. And again, Sunyingsha so quick around the table. Into the elbow of Mima Ito, making her move her body ever so slightly. A lovely serve by Mima Ito to open up that rally. Again, her service game is so strong, her ability to vary it. She's so quick around the table as well, hitting that forehand parallel.
to say perhaps that Mima Ito is showing some early nerves here. If you think about the head-to-head between the two, she's got 2 wins versus 11 wins for Sunyingsha, and this is the World Championship semi-final.
I think it's highly evident here that Sunyingsha is aiming for that sort of middle of the table area of Mima Ito. They're making a guess, backhand or forehand. Mima Ito predominantly a backhand player. Lovely long serve by Sunyingsha there. It felt like Mima had read that serve, but you know, the pace and the spin that comes on that ball, so unpredictable. You might know that it's going long, but you can never know exactly what level of contact that Sunyingsha has with it.
Great aggression from Mima Ito, and perhaps this is the game plan, the secret game plan that she talked about.
Yeah, Mima here definitely be looking to get in her flat forehand smashes there, as you can see. Gives her opponent not much time to react. So effective when she gets it on.
But how do you execute a game plan against somebody like Sunyingsha? You can come in with the best idea in the world, but putting it into practice is entirely different.
And especially against a player like Sunyingsha. Her tactical intelligence is second to none. You try and change something up and she's ready. She's so versatile. Again, we see the long serve coming into use. This time Mima choosing to push it.
Well, the momentum firmly in favour of the world number one. 12 of the last 16 points have gone her way. And this is huge pressure on the shoulders of Mima Ito, isn't it? Because, you know, we touched on it earlier, but how do you nullify the threat of the world number one? This woman's been top of the standings for 149 weeks consecutively.
I think that's a super difficult challenge for Mima Ito here. Sunyingsha not missing a single ball. Mima Ito staying well into that rally. Going over the top, and you can see how quick she is. That ball coming into her elbow area, and she's just managed to get around to play a forehand.
A bit of fortune there for Sunyingsha. Mima Ito looking a little dejected. That's one of those points you really don't want going against you, especially in the position that she's in at the moment. You can't afford too many of those going against you. The grimace says everything.
And just as that point was played out, I was about to say one excellent serve by Mima Ito there. You could really see the fizzle on the ball. Another one by Mima Ito. Forehand flat smash that she is so good at. Sets it up nicely with that first parallel backhand. Sunyingsha doing so well to hold Mima Ito into those backhand rallies. It doesn't look like she's missing anything at this point. Over the top of the table, just forcing Mima Ito to play those extra shots.
Let 5-9.
Well, Mima Ito, former world number 2, and it's fair to say perhaps that she's had a tricky past couple of years, some inconsistencies, and perhaps maybe needs to get some confidence back.
I definitely think after a World Championship semi-final or potential final, that'll definitely instill some confidence into her.
Yingsha wraps up the second 11 points to 5. Just looks to be getting stronger and stronger as this match wears on. Certainly an ominous sign for Japan's Mima Ito. Let's head down to the courtside and get the thoughts then of Gavin Maguire, who's watching this one. Gavin, what do you...
So loudly and all in unison. So I wouldn't like to be Mima Ito right now, but it'll be interesting to see how this new tactic develops. Will it become more apparent as we move through the match?
Well, thanks very much, Gavin. He says he wouldn't want to play against Sunyingsha, but maybe it's not just the fans, it's perhaps because he'd be utterly outclassed, I suspect.
Third game.
Sunyingsha halfway to a place in the final. This, a best of 7, and she is 2 games to the good here. What can we expect to see from Mima Ito?
I think there needs to be a real game change here. Momentum really needs to go the way of Mima Ito. She needs to change something up and stop Sunyingsha playing on the aggressive.
Sunyingsha, of course, hoping to emulate her teammate wangchuqin, who sealed his place in the final in the men's singles. There must be a lot of pressure as well coming into a tournament as a defending champion, I imagine.
1-1.
One thing great about the Chinese national team, though, is that pressures and outside pressures like that, maybe it does affect them, but to the outside world, it never looks like they are fazed by it at all. That's a testament to their mentalities, their ability to shut out outside noise.
Sunyingsha says she enjoys watching anime to relax. She also works with a psychologist, so she's got a lot of things in place that she can call on when she needs to take a break away from the table.
1-3.
Sunyingsha again opting for that long serve.
Let 1-3.
Mima Ito just making sure the floor is safe for her to play on.
Sunyingsha is just making this look really easy now, isn't she? This is the biggest lead she's established so far in these opening stages in the previous 2 games.
And considering she is playing against the great that is Mima Ito, she's making it look super easy. And it definitely won't be.
Of course, she's in
5-1.
action a little later on as well, already into the mixed doubles final alongside wangchuqin, taking on another Japanese player, Mahiro Yoshimura, Satsuki Oda. So these China-Japan matchups, they're really fantastic to see. It's great to see this kind of rivalry between these 2 nations.
Noticed
6-1.
while watching this game is that Sunyingsha is really pinpointing Mima Ito into that backhand. She gets that ball so deep onto the table.
2-6.
And then Mima Ito showing what she can do with that backhand punch that she has and those short pimples. And that is the epitome of Mima Ito there. That short backhand punch over the table, forcing Sunyingsha just a little bit wider, and that ball pops up. And I would not want to be on the receiving end of a ball popping up against Mima Ito. She's so consistent with that forehand smash.
Let 3-6.
It was amazing aggression and power from Mima Ito there. You've got a smile on your face, Maria, enjoying what you saw in that rally.
100% Mima Ito there, showing us exactly who she is. What a great forehand smash that was as well.
Do we get the sense there's a change in momentum now? Mima Ito looks to be growing in confidence.
Mima Ito is 6-2 down. She's just got the last 3 points there. I wonder if there was a little bit of relaxation that happened from her. Say, okay, it's now or never. A bit of frustration from Mima Ito over the top of the table. She would have wanted to close that gap down. Sunyingsha just holding her there in that backhand space. Again with the long serve, a real tactic of Sunyingsha coming out into this match. Not afraid of what Mima Ito has to offer on that backhand side. What a change in pace she did there. She just slowed it down ever so slightly. You can see how much she comes over the ball, and that ball drops a little bit shallower on the table.
Well, if you're Mima Ito, we saw after her quarter-final win of a Wang Yidi, she was so emotional. She'd achieved a dream. How do you then refocus yourself ahead of a semi-final after feeling all of the feelings that she was going through?
I think there'll definitely be some sort of psychology going on there, little rest, recuperation, an analysis of the next match. Wow, wow, wow. Mima Ito really displaying the quality that she has in her locker. You can see there, she just read that so well. Ito gaining 6 of the last 8 points, and you do really feel that momentum change. Both players just taking that little bit extra time between points.
Massive pressure though from Sunyingsha, and this is how she responds.
Sunyingsha never looks phased. And that agility and movement she has going from that wide forehand to that back, and it looks effortless. And the angle that she manages to get.
Time out.
Well, this is the first time out then of the match. Mima Ito needing a breather, heading back over to have a debrief. Cutting a dejected figure with Sunyingsha closing in on game number 3. She'll just want to disrupt that momentum.
Time.
Well, let's see then if Mima Ito's timeout will have had the desired effect. She felt like she was establishing herself in this game, but Sunyingsha, quick as a flash, reversed the momentum back in her favour, closing in now on game number 3.
And on that timeout, it felt like Mima Ito was just listening to her coach. She wasn't saying too much, and it's times like that where you hope that they give you that little bit of extra advice. And maybe that's the advice she needed. Her forehand has been so effective in this game. Coming around that corner, she's basically in a full squat playing that shot. It's really, really incredible.
But what a response from Mima Ito. A perfectly timed timeout coming from 2 points down to peg Sunyingsha back to 9 apiece here.
That's exactly what you want after a timeout. Those points are so crucial in the game. And to close the gap is essential.
Superb serving from Sunyingsha.
10-9.
A single game point now. I get the sense if she does wrap up game number 3, she will put this one absolutely out of sight, barring a miraculous comeback from Mima Ito. Well, it was a valiant fight back from Mima Ito, but there was no holding off the world number 1, wrapping up the third, 11 points to 9. Mima Ito in a must-win 4th game when the players resume play in just a moment's time. Well, that's how the scoreline looks, 11-7, 11-5, and Mima Ito at her best in game 3, 11 points to 9. But just didn't have enough to get that one over the line. Well, there is a lot of action still to come inside the Lusail Arena. China versus Japan next as well. This is the women's doubles semi-finals. Kwaiman Wangmanyu take on Miyu Kuhara and Miwa Harimoto. That one is up next. Well, Miwa Harimoto, or Mima Ito rather, Miwa Harimoto is next up, but Mima Ito will need to call on all of her mental reserves for this one. This is a must-win. The crowd is chanting the name of her opponent, the defending champion, the long-standing world number 1, the champion-elect. Her place in the final is expected. What response will we see from the Japanese player?
Sunyingsha, again with those backhand-to-backhand rallies, she is not afraid to play those open rallies. And she'll be looking to sort of curtail that angle so that Mima Ito can't get round and play that flat forehand that she was doing so well in the previous game. And Sunyingsha again using her backhand, such a weapon that she has. Right into the elbow. Mima Ito not getting round quick enough, and that is the speed that Sunyingsha will play with.
1-2.
You'd have to go all the way back to 1969 to see the last time a Japanese player reached the women's singles finals at the World Championships. So history very much against the number 8 seed here.
3-1.
Brilliant backhands by Sunyingsha. Looks so effortless when she plays that shot. use of that long serve to backhand. I think Sunyingsha had a real game plan coming into this match. And she's executing it ever so well.
It's one thing to have a game plan. It's another thing to actually execute it, because you don't know what your opponent is going to do.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see there, Miwa Harimoto. You've made me say Miwa Harimoto. Sorry, Mima.
So sorry.
Oh, no, Mima Ito there, stepping around, really trying. As I was saying, she was just really trying to find a response to that long service when Sunyingsha is playing into her backhand. Sunyingsha taking quite the lead in this game.
7-1.
And when you do have such a poor record against your opponent, 2 wins out of the last 13, that must get to you.
Sunyingsha has been so cool, so calm, so collected. Really making Mima Ito think. Now, what a change of pace again by Sunyingsha. I know how quick and fast she is, but she can also produce shots like that. Just bending down and gathering so much spin and rotation on that ball.
2-9.
A lovely angle there by Mima Ito. She just raises her hand in an apology. Might have just clipped the edge of the table or clipped the top of her racket.
Nine, 3.
Well, at 9-1 up, it looked as though wrapping up game number 4 was going to be a mere formality for the top seed, but it's a couple of points in a row now for Mima Ito, and Sunyingsha might have to wait a little bit longer just to wrap this one up.
I think sometimes in these sort of losing positions point-wise, you can relax a little bit and start playing some of your best table tennis.
But there is absolutely no stopping that kind of power. Sunyingsha brings up 7 match points in impressive fashion. She looked impatient to get that one done.
Mima
Ito not giving up with that fight there, though. The backhand so effective, so quick, not giving Sunyingsha time to think or react.
Sunyingsha's title defense very much intact, a commanding, dominant performance from the long-standing world number 1. The crowd love it. Her place in the final is sealed. She has another final to come later on, the mixed doubles, but she is going for back-to-back singles titles. Sunyingsha with a commanding, impressive, imperious win. 11-7, 11-5, 11-9, 11-4. Mima Ito impressed us in game number 3, tried to impose herself, but just didn't have enough to battle past the world number 1. Pretty much a sprint through to the final for Sunyingsha. 35 minutes for her to dispatch Mima Ito. And that head-to-head, that impressive tally, she had 11 wins versus 2 for Mima Ito heading into this one. She's now made it 12 wins in their last 14 matches. Sunyingsha utterly dominant with almost twice the number of points won. Looking very good indeed, and the title defence holding firm. And we will see her in the final. Can't wait for that one. She looks to win her 4th title this year. Her 25th career title is on the line for the world number 1, the 24-year-old. Impressive indeed. Can anyone knock her off the top of the tree? The way she's playing, it's looking incredibly unlikely. We look forward to hearing from her to get her thoughts on that match. That impressive straight games win. She is courtside with Gavin Maguire.
Shasha, your 3rd World Championship singles final. Congratulations. You made it look easy today. Can you tell us what you did in terms of tactics to achieve a comprehensive win?
恭喜莎莎第3次进入了世乒赛的女单决赛。那今天的话，看起来是一场轻松的胜利，可以为我们分享一下是用怎样的战术赢下今天的比赛的吗？
我觉得首先，其实我感觉在大赛中跟伊藤交手，其实在近2年其实并没有交手过。可能自从东京奥运会以后打完，再到时隔了一个周期吧，然后跟伊藤能够在世界锦标赛的单打上去对抗。其实确实今天的这场比赛，我觉得没有想到会4比0这么轻松赢下比赛吧。但我觉得确实。今天在赛前的准备，包括其实比赛中的技战术的执行，我觉得自己确实今天全方位，我觉得做的都非常好。
Well, I haven't played Mima Ito at a major international tournament in the past 2 years. Well, I think it's actually ever since the Tokyo cycle. So it's been 1 Olympic cycle that I hadn't played her. So I'm very happy to be able to have a women's singles match with her again at this World Championship. Well, actually, I should say that an easy 4-0 win exceeded my expectations. I came into this match well prepared beforehand, and also during the match, I executed my techniques and tactics pretty well. So I would say overall, I did an excellent job today.
You did indeed. No matter what happens tonight, you'll face one of your teammates in the final. Do you have a preference of playing teammates or players from outside Team China? And how will your preparation differ depending on which opponent it is?
莎莎今天的确是表现得非常出色。那接下来决赛的话，将对阵的是一名同为中国队的队友。那么在想要和哪位球员交手上，有没有一个偏好呢？或者说，根据下一场的对手不同，在准备的方式上会有什么变化吗？
好，我觉得我们顺利会师到决赛，我觉得其实已经是非常好的结局了。但当然，我觉得决赛会是一场艰苦的比赛。我觉得不管是对王曼玉还是陈欣彤，我觉得不论结果如何，我都会全力以赴，珍惜在比赛中的每一分。
Well, I think it's already a good achievement that I'm going to face a teammate in the final, and I'm anticipating a very tough battle. No matter it's Wang Manyu or Chen Xingtong, and regardless of the result, I aim to give my everything to the final, and I wish I could cherish every point on the court.
Congratulations, Shasha. Good luck in the final.
再次恭喜莎莎。